Yeah, we're standing in our brand new outdoor Aldabra Tortoise exhibit. It just opened a few weeks ago, and during the winter time, the Aldabra Tortoises share an exhibit with the ringtail lemurs. But during the summertime, they will be spending their months out here. We have 3 Aldabra tortoises, 1 male and 2 females. And the male is considerably larger than the females, and he's right at my feet here. He weighs 403 pounds, so he's easily distinguishable from the females. The females each weigh about 200 pounds, so they're around half his size, and you'll see them grazing around the exhibit. They walk around, they eat the grass, and they also eat the food that we provide for them. And behind me there is a bit of a pond, and every once in a while the tortoises will go in there and either take a drink or just to cool off. And with the hot temps we're going to get this weekend, I'm sure we'll see them in the pool quite a bit. These Aldabra tortoises used to live at the zoo. They arrived many, many years ago, and then they took a little bit of a vacation down south, and they left here in 1999, and then they returned again in 2017, and so they will remain here. And Aldabra tortoises can be found on the island of Aldabra in the Seychelles, which is in the Indian Ocean. These tortoises are very, very sociable. And Aldabra tortoises do get to know their keepers, so they will recognize us. Again, they've been here for a few months now, and they're starting to know our faces again. I used to work with them a long time ago when they were first here. I don't know if they remember me from way back when, but hopefully they'll get to know all of our faces. Just automatically stand up when you start rubbing him. Aldabra tortoises are still relatively young. They're only about 50 years old. Out in the wild, these Aldabras live to be on average of 150 years, and I believe the oldest one on record is around 250 years old. Like most of the animals here at the zoo, we do training with the Aldabra tortoises as well. So what we do is we target train them. So we use this with the ball at the end, and we'll ask the tortoise to touch their nose to this target so we can move them along. So we can walk, and then the tortoise has to follow us. And then once they've touched the target, we'll click them with the clicker that's on my wrist, so then they know that they've done the appropriate behavior, and then they get a reward. So then we use this stick. Right now there's a piece of banana on the end of the stick, and then we'll feed that to the tortoise, and that's a preferred food item. It's a treat for them, and that's what they get during their training sessions. Aldabra tortoises are vegetarian. So here at the zoo, we feed them things like romaine, carrots, zucchini, and there's a special chow, which we feed them as well. And they also get some hay that they can feed on. And then also some browse. So you can see Rasputin here. He's eating some willow browse. So out in the wild, that's what they would eat as well. They eat leaves and grasses and branches as well. The Aldabra tortoises have a very specialized diet here at the zoo. So as with all the animals, we strictly monitor their food intake because we don't want them to get too heavy, and we want to make sure the nutrition they're getting is the proper nutrition. So that's why we don't let the public feed the animals. And these guys have a very strong bite. So if somebody were to get their fingers too close, they could very easily lose a finger to the tortoise. The tortoises will be outside for as long as the weather allows. So as long as it stays above a certain temperature, they can stay out here. Now they do have a cave over there and it is heated. So there's floor heating and there's also radiant heating. So if it does get too chilly, they can go into that cave. But of course, once it gets frosty out, then they will be going back inside and joining the lemurs again. I'd like to invite everyone to come out and see the Aldabra tortoises at the zoo. And you might even remember them from when you were a kid and you used to come out a long time ago. So please come back out and visit them again. They're really cool animals and they're big and you can't miss them.